Today, we're going to take a look at some college football and NFL look-ahead lines, crafting up winners for tonight, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 785 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not tracking your bets on Pickets and using code Bookit when you're signing up over there on Pickets on the App Store or Google Play, what are you doing? Start tracking your bets today over there on Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. Check out Pickit. I promise once you do, you're going to keep using that puppy. Best bet tracking app out there by far. Chat, how we doing? Jovan, Goots, how we doing? Probably better than me.
Krabs, party bus.
Party bus to lose to Caleb Williams with his finger paint on his hands. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh. Well, we played like shit. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Played like shit. Did not deserve to win. We had the refs in our pockets, and we still could not win. You know who we needed last night? We needed Terry. We needed Terry bad. Okay, we're out here throwing to Chris Moore playing the X, trying to fill in on Terry's role. I mean, we don't have a fucking chance. We don't have a fucking chance. You know what pisses me off more than the Commanders losing that game? Look, there's other games. It's one game. We got a tough schedule coming up, but hey, if you would have told me a couple years ago the Commanders would be playing meaningful games and have a legendary quarterback giving us a chance in every ball game we play in, I'd laugh in your face and walk away. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I just had the opportunity to have a competitive team. Okay. Jovan, what pisses me off more than going all the way to Landover, Maryland, getting a party bus, sitting in traffic for 2 hours, standing out in the rain, paying for $25 beers, and watching my team lose. What pisses me off more is a squad ride loser. Squad ride loser. Shit play. Shit play. Terrible play. I take full responsibility for that one. What am I doing? Taking an over. That goes against everything I stand for. Everything I believe in. I preach on this show day in and day out. You take unders on the books. You take less thans on Prize Picks. You're setting yourself up for success. You got a 60% chance to win. And I'm out here giving you guys primetime overs. What am I doing? What am I doing, man? Good play, Rav. I'll tip cap. You were right about the under. Sure. Terrible play. I'm not going to sit up here and make excuses. I'm not going to sit up here and say, ooh, the play should have hit. No, we stunk. We didn't deserve to win the game, and we did not deserve to get the over. So, not going to blame it on the kickers. Not going to blame it on the blocked field goal for the Bears. Not going to blame it on the Matt Gay doink, which was right in front of my fucking eyeballs and was maybe the loudest doink I've ever seen. Not going to say, oh, it's a hook. Not going to say, oh, it was a good read. It's not going to say, oh, it started raining in the fourth quarter and, you know, that fucked everything up. Not going to say, oh, the Commanders had 3 atrocious turnovers and that cost us the over. JD5's pick early on, 2 just horrendous fumbles. Sloppy. Not going to make those excuses. Not going to say those things. What I'm going to say is I take full responsibility for that loser. And I apologize for making you guys tail. Guys, we have an insane schedule coming up. Let me read you guys the schedule coming up. for the Commanders. That was a massive game, Jovan. A game that if we win, we're in first place over the fraudulent Eagles. We're in first place ahead of the Cowboys who we play this week on the road. And now we're sitting at 3-3 in second place. And we got to go play the hungry Cowboys, who should be getting some of their guys back after a horrendous game last week, a loss to the Panthers. And now the fucking Cowboys are plus 2.5 in that game. Jovan with a total at 54. That game's going to be cinema, by the way. And probably not good for the Commanders again. Cinema. Go ahead and put me down for the over in the weekend preview for that game. Get yourself some CLV before it gets up to 60. Okay? Jovan, we got to play in Dallas this weekend. That's tough. Then we play the Chiefs. We play the Seahawks, who are good. Then we play the Lions, who we beat by 30 points in the playoffs, and they're going to be looking to get their lick back, just like Caleb Williams and just like Ben Johnson, who for some reason hates the Commanders' guts after he interviewed with us and said, I'm not working for a basketball guy. What a dickhead. Fuck Ben Johnson. He couldn't get his revenge game against his actual team that does not fuck with him, by the way, with Detroit when they spanked that ass by 30 points earlier this season. So he said, I'll make up a second revenge game and I'll get the team back that didn't hire me after I said I didn't want to go there. What a loser. What a loser. Overrated coach. Jovan, they could lose all 4 of those games. That's not good.
They could. Crazy part is, they're still probably going to win the East.
Still think they have the best team in the East. They certainly didn't play like that last night, though. Played like shit. Did not deserve to win. Did not deserve to win. Bears didn't even play good. We just played bad. Bears fans were acting like they won the Super Bowl last night. Congratulations. Let's clap it up for Bears fans who had one positive thing go on in their life last night. Seems like they needed that one more than us, Jovan. I'll tell you that much.
It was a huge, huge win for the Bears to move them into last place in their division.
When they were already in last place, and they're still in last place. Hilarious. Definitely concerned with that old Washington defense. I'll tell you this much, DeGen. Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner have seen better days.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen better days. They are slow. Slow. Louvu was unbelievable last year. Dude gets in one local commercial for Eastern Motors with Terry McLaurin. Next thing you know, he's got cement in his fucking feet. I bet. Oh, man. Terrible game. And then you got to take the party bus back home, play some music, and head back and get some sleep after a shit game. You think I slept last night at all? I feel like shit right now. Hungover and sad and mad.
Horrid party bus trip.
Horrid. Party bus after now is literally hell. That's what I picture it like. Hell. Because people who don't care as much are dancing around, singing. I'm just sitting there saying, fuck this, man. Fuck this. Oh. All right. I would love a non-biased take from you guys on the commies and what you saw last night, and then we can move.
That was a horrid game. God-awful game, Krabs. Just didn't have it. I mean, it reminded me, watching the offense, obviously we had Igbuka until a little bit, but it reminded me of just like staring into an abyss of the Bucs practice squad wide receivers and being like, who's going to make a play? I don't know.
Yep.
It was bad.
I mean, we got Chris Moore as our wide receiver 1. So
yeah. And when that's the case, you got to play a flawless game. And they very obviously did not.
Even then, the turnovers. Like,
I mean, you can't expect to win a game when you turn the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, like
and not just turnovers, but terrible turnovers.
You would have won that game with that receiving core without the turnovers. So
Which
Yeah.
is crazy that was even allowed.
That's what I'm trying to like. People are acting like the Bears went out there and did something last night. No, we just played worse than them. They played bad.
beat yourself.
We played worse. We beat ourselves.
Moose off between those two teams.
It was a moose off in the prime time.
I was like,
Caleb didn't play
it was
good. He missed a ton of throws.
Sneakily very similar to last year's game, except people only remember the Hail Mary part of it. They don't remember the whole rest of the game was horrid.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 18-5 or 18-15. That was the final score of that one.
No C-dub. That squad ride does not deserve a wheel spin. And let me tell you why. Goots, do me a favor. Go ahead and put up the Sharp Report recap from yesterday. Not even happy about it. It's honestly, this perfectly sums up my life right here. You're 4-1. One loser is the one that mattered.
Moose could have waited half hour too and gotten 48.5 and we'd be swimming.
Yep. Could have waited 1 second. And please, for the love of God, do not listen to Wakurb in the chat and never always buy a point.
No, it's top 5 dumbest comments of all time.
Please never buy points. Please never buy points. Please, please, please. If you're not confident enough in your read, you shouldn't bet it in the first place. Do not buy points. Might be a hockey show now. People are talking.
3 dogs. All right.
3 outright dogs on the ice.
With ease, too, dude.
And you got people talking in the Yap chat saying they're laying minus 190s today. Unbelievable.
Minus 190s?
Unbelievable.
Nah.
We're out here. We're out here hitting 3. Yeah, no way, right? We're out here hitting 3 dogs on the ice. Oh. Yeah, Jovan's been seeing it on the ice. That's for sure. Jovan's maybe the sharpest hockey bet I've ever seen. And nobody talks about it.
Well,
Nobody talks about it.
Well,
up there. You're up there.
It's been a week.
You're up there. Well, you did this last year too, man.
Yeah.
Look, you know, I'm your harshest critique. I'm here to, keep you honest. I'm here to keep you humble, but I'm also here to give you credit and gas you up when you're doing things well. And you've been seeing it on the ice last year or two. Fair. Seriously. I'd be the first one to chirp you for a shit TCU play, but I'll give you credit as well. When you're seeing things. And you're seeing things on the ice. So keep doing whatever you're doing. And I apologize. Probably just jinxed your hockey plays today. So on that note,
a little bit.
Shit, man. We needed Terry out there last night. We have Terry out there last night. We win that game. We got fucking JD5 throwing to DoorDash drivers, man.
Shout Luke McCaffrey, though. Big play.
Luke McCaffrey, it might be okay. He might be okay. Yep. Never going to be a wide receiver 1. Probably not going to be a wide receiver 2. Athlete. Smart kid. Great kick returner as well. Great kick returner.
Right.
Might be the best kick returner in the NFL.
Okay.
Dude, we have the best kick return unit in the NFL. He's our kick returner. So 2 + 2 = 4.
Losing me.
Check the data.
Yeah, I think you're going to play a better one next week.
Yeah, we're going to play probably the best kick returner, not statistically this season, but the best one in the last couple of years for sure. For sure. That's going to be a kickoff off. One of those guys might take one to the fucking house.
Probably.
Jalen Lane also good, AB. How about that fucking move? He put that guy on skates.
That was sick.
Wasn't going to bring this up, but I will. The only lineup I hit yesterday was one that my girlfriend locked in before the game. And it was an 8X. Yep.
What did she have in there?
Zach Ertz, touchdown.
Okay.
Sharp as ma. JD5, Caleb, rushing, receiving, touchdown combo. And DJ Moore than receiving yards, which hit, and then he went to the hospital immediately after. So that might have been the sharpest thing I placed all fucking day yesterday. The only lineup I hit yesterday, and it wasn't even mine. So, why does that make me mad?
Morning yap.
I can't hit a lineup, and she's out here clicking buttons in 1 minute on the bus and hit an 8X with a fucking demon square, man. Unbelievable. Makes me feel like a piece of shit.
Dude, maybe she could type in all these games to ChatGPT and get some answers a little better than host of the app can.
I mean, imagine saying I'm getting in the lab, getting up early, saying I'm fucking him, getting in the lab, and then you pull up and screen share ChatGPT.
Like that's got up at 8 a.m. to type into ChatGPT live on screen.
You know, shouldn't be talking shit. I'm hype. He's doing the app, getting up early and doing stuff. So
I'd rather
that's how he wants to do it. That's all he can do. That's all he can do.
Might as well host Surge if you're gonna do that shit, man.
Yeah. Screen share and ChatGPT. Oh, I'm in the lab. No, you're asking Google questions. And you're getting answers. That's not labbing. And he's out here hitting surge sixes before we can hit a fucking Hail Mary in a fucking five guys lineup. We're out here full fading five guys lineups and Hail Marys.
It's just
still pissed. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Might need a rival BTL picket plan. Might need that. Unless he
Dudes, can you share the sharp report one more time?
plans to take that
People in the chat who might have missed it. And see how we did yesterday. Good day overall. Good day overall. Let's show the people one more time how we did yesterday.
Let's give Miami Moon a little reminder.
I think what we're doing is working just fine. Okay. Let's run it back. Let's get into some winners for today. Okay. Let's head to the gridiron. I got some nasty plays I like on the gridiron today. Let's head to the sharp report. Talk about my first play today. We going to Liberty Bibberty? Should I go to this game? No, I can't. I got softball tonight.
How far is that?
No, it's in the sticks. It's like 4 hours away.
Oh, fuck no, dude.
It's in the absolute sticks. It's in like the mountains of Southwest Virginia. I don't even know who goes there.
Oh yeah, GG.
Well, Jovan, you know it's a sleeper out here in Virginia, this Liberty defense. They're solid, man. Nobody talks about it, but Liberty, I mean, number 7 in the country in opponent passing yards per game. You got Oregon, Nebraska, Alabama, Oklahoma, Utah, Western Michigan, and Liberty. I know their opponents a little more cupcake. But their defense has not been the problem. It's been the offense. It's been the QBs. QBs have been hurt. Offense has been making plays. But Jovan, that defense has been no problem for Liberty Bibberty. And that's going to continue tonight against a horrendous team in New Mexico State. 3-2, sure. Logan Fife is cool, sure. Most popular square on Prize Picks today is Logan Fife. More than passing yards demon, Jovan. That should go well. Reminds me of when guys in the NFL are up for a demon touchdown when their chart's completely green and they've scored 1 million times in a row, and that's the most popular square, and that almost never hits. Reminds me of that a little bit. So let's not sleep on this Liberty Bibberty pass defense. They're actually really fucking good. And I think they limit Logan Fife's success, and I love seeing that Prize Pick square be the most popular square up there in college football. There's no way that's what ChatGPT gave Trent.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. There's no shot. They got to be fucking with me. Liberty's going to show up here at home, and I think they win and cover. I mean, not a hot take about them winning. They're minus 10.5. But I do think they cover this game instead of taking the minus 10.5 favorite, which gives me the EBGBs, with a team that simply cannot really score the rock much at all, and they've had some serious QB problems all season. I think I'll just take the under in this game, Jovan. I'll fade New Mexico State. I don't think they score much at all. I think they're going to have serious trouble moving the rock. I think you're going to see Liberty lean a little bit more on their running back in this game with the whole QB situation. I don't even know which QB's playing. Either way, it's not going to be good for Liberty. They've both been terrible. So give me the under in this game. Total's dropping from 48.5 to 46.5 down in Lynchburg, Virginia tonight. Shout out Lynchburg. And shout out the Flames. Shout out their defense, man. Top 10 in the country against the pass. And New Mexico State passes a ton. They thrive and pretty much lean on Logan Fife to win or stay in every game. So if this is going to be a shootout type of game, I'd be more interested in back in New Mexico, maybe back in some points. If I was thinking that Liberty could score the rock, they can't. It's going to be a defensive slugfest. This is going to be the most boring game of the night down there in Virginia. Give me the under. Grab it now before it gets even lower.
Sure. Yeah, they're going to need that defense because whether it's Vasco or they're both pretty moose.
They're bad. They're bad.
Really bad.
Yep.
Really
All right.
bad.
Do me a favor, Gootsy. Swing it around. I want to see what the YouTube chat is doing here as well before we get that glorious hockey cell job there from Jovan. What's up, YouTube chat? How we doing, boys? Seeing a lot of spin the wheels. What are we talking about? You guys know I'm always down for a wheel spin when it's deserved, but come on now. Come on now. And yeah, Ryder, that's on me for using the L word, talking about the Commanders last night. Probably jinxed them right then and there.
That cannot be swept, I'm afraid, Krabs.
I mean, the McUltras are flowing, man. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
That's bad. That's really bad.
Yep. YouTube chat, let me hear you scream. What's up, squad? Oi. Apologize if I'm running a little slow today, guys. I am extremely hungover. Extremely hungover today. So I apologize if I'm moving a little slow on this show, but the show must go on, folks. And excited to give you guys some winners. Hope you guys take that under on the gridiron. And I hope you guys listen up and take this play on the ice. Let's hear the Kraken sell job, huh?
The Kraken starting off their, I think it's 6-game East Coast road trip. I love betting on the Kraken at the start of their East Coast road trip, both because like the urgency is always there because it's a start of a long journey east. So they usually come out fired up, but I don't know what it is. Like you would always want to come out fired up at the beginning of a road trip and get a win. So when you're on the back end, you're not kind of ailing, but the Kraken, especially, even though they've been through 3 different regimes of seeing this, it always seems to end the majority of the same way, especially early in the season. And now they get the Habs, they had their opening game loss against the Leafs where they looked pretty good for a majority of the game, didn't end up winning. Leafs pulled away. Then followed that up with 2 road wins, one of those which we were on, but 2 games that I think were very deceptive because they were very opportunistic in those games. They took advantage of odd man rushes and really bad turnovers and a couple like really bad goalie blips when it happened, but they weren't really dominating either of those games. Like the ice was a lot more tilted than you would think. And especially if you watch those games, you kind of know, even the squad ride one where they dominated in that game, it was a lot of Red Wings on the other side, a lot of really good Red Wings high danger chances that, they made great saves on. And then the second the puck got turned over, it was a really good chance by the Habs, and they took advantage of every single one, it seemed like. Now you get the Kraken, and speaking of defenses that you're talking about that are not been talked about, they're really good. The Kraken's defense has been really good to start the year. Yes, they had one, I guess, easier matchup in the Ducks, but they followed it up looking really good against VGK, limiting the same kind of motion that the Habs play for a majority of their offense. So I think going on the road here with the Cord, especially against Montembeault, who, if you know, he's either really fucking good or really fucking bad. This seems like a good chance, not only for the Kraken to go out and get a win on the road, but to probably get the offense moving because they've played 2 real defensive games to start the year. I think they go out and they're super aggressive offensively in this one. If you put the pressure on the Habs defense, really bad things didn't happen the last couple games. They got fortunate. I think it does now.
Let's stay hot on the ice, man. I was looking at this one as well. I thought it was a good sign they opened up pretty short of a dog here on the road against the Canadians coming off of 2 big wins, but looks like maybe some Canadians bets are starting to flow in here, moving that line a little bit here. I doubt many people are taking the Kraken on the road, right?
Yeah, probably not too many.
Probably not too many. Okay. Let's hope the Kraken stay hot, man. They've looked pretty good, knock on wood, so far this season. Okay.
Yeah.
We got a subby coming in, Jovan, to the top with Timon. What's up, Timon? What's up, Beast? Man, I could really use a V8 right now, man. Yusuf. Could not have said it better myself. I would muck up a V8. I would muck up a V8. That's exactly what I need. That'd be like Popeye cracking open his can of spinach. That's exactly what the doctor ordered, man. I might need to go get one after this. Yep. A lot of people saying they're surprised South Alabama's not on the card. Thoughts? We'll talk about it. 3 nasty college football plays today in games. Not plays, games. no better place to be than finding winners in those games than right here in the BTL chat. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We'll talk about that game. Okay. W Subby to the top with Timon. You're goated, bro. Also, yeah, Chad was talking about the 4-man we crafted up last night. Pretty sharp, but again, I take the blame on this one, man. Pivoting from that Caleb JD5 combo touchdown and putting in just JD5 to fucking score. That's all me. We could have sent a 3-man. It would have hit. I mean, the Caleb Williams fantasy score we took hit, but we got pretty close to cashing a 4-man there if JD5 did job. Sucks. Jalen Lane was a great call, Jovan. And DJ Moore still cannot believe that square hit.
Yeah.
Still cannot believe that square hit. We got Sade Whiteman getting involved. Let's go, Sade. Stay hot, kids.
Sade.
Sade hit 2 lineups again last night. No shot, dude. He might be the hottest in the game.
Huh, he's seeing them.
Sade is seeing beach balls up there like Freddie Freeman with nobody on base. Seeing beach. Crazy game last night as well. How does Teoscar not score on that? I'll say it.
It's just horrible base running.
That is inexcusable.
Horrible.
There's no worlds where you're not tagging up and watching that play occur. And as soon as that ball is in his mitt, you're sprinting home and you're scoring a playoff game. That was crazy. Crazy. Dude's jogging down the baseline like a fucking idiot. We might need the Sade Whiteman sharp report. Sade, if you got a square you love, if you got a straight bet you love, don't be shy now. Okay, let us know in the chat. We'd love to see what the hottest guy in the community is taking for tonight. Let's go. All right. Would be sick if we could dive into some of these puck games on Pick It After. All right, let's pick up the tempo and pace then if that's what you guys want. Could take a peep at the ice. Okay, for now, swinging around for Biguzzi. W crack and sell job. Let me take you to the Diamonds. Take you to the Diamond in a game that soared under yesterday. A couple things. Number one, why is nobody talking about how bad Shohei's playing? Playing like shit. You see that hit run RBI score up there? Certainly scaring me, but still Shohei. They're going to put up whatever possible square they can for him.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that those are even regular squares to take at any point, pretty crazy.
But he's been seeing freaking pennies up there, dude. He hasn't, I don't know if he's gotten a hit in 3 games. It's been bad for Mr. Shohei. Not sure if that changes tonight. You got 2 stud pitchers, Jovan, who are coming off of not their best starts, especially Yamamoto. Yamamoto is coming off a terrible start. We actually had a less than fantasy score in that game. But we've seen this guy shine and thrive in the postseason last year. We know he has it in him. He's no Daisuke Matsuzaka. He's not going out there just folding like a Dollar Tree lawn chair in the postseason. He's no Clayton Kershaw. Great in the regular season, sucks in the postseason. How does he still do it? He's not that guy. This guy's good. He's coming off a bad start, though. We had a great call fade him last game. Not this game. I'll tell you right now, that Brew Crew lineup, they got their hands full in this series, especially with that Dodgers bullpen waking up and starting to do the job they're supposed to do all season. Well, we don't even need to get that sketchy bullpen involved in this one, Jovan. We'll isolate the first 5 here. I think both guys go out there and shove to start this game. I think Yamamoto goes out there and shoves. And I think Freddie Peralta, who's been bad in the postseason. Bad. Has he always been this bad in the postseason? Or just this season? I don't remember him being very clutch in the postseason, but this year especially, man, he has not been great. I'm seeing a lot of Brew Crew bets still on the feed. I don't want to take a side in this game, Jovan. I have no clue who's winning this game. Honestly, I'd probably lean the Dodgers, which is crazy. I've seen a lot of Brew Crew bets. A lot of Brew Crew bets. I think that could just be like fading the Yankees, people just hating success, right? And fading the best squad there. And Peralta, I guess, on paper is a really good pitcher, but let's not act like he doesn't have a 4.7 ERA in the postseason so far this year, Jovan. Well, I think you get a little bit of a different outing from Peralta in this game. If you go look at some of his squares, besides the strikeouts, which I thought was a little bit weird to be that low. But again, these guys have shorter leashes in these games, so that can certainly have something to do with it, right? Maybe he doesn't go 6 or 7. Maybe he only goes 5 plus. And that's okay. We only need him for 5 innings. His fantasy score is higher than I thought it would be. He's got a 14.5 pitching outs goblin, which is a good sign. He has not made it past that. More starts than he has. In his last couple, he's got a half earned run goblin up there, Jovan. That looks like a free lineup piece to just throw in there and beef up your lineup after he's given up 3 and 2 in his last couple. He's given up a run in every start in his last couple. That chart's green as ma. Looks like a pretty free looking square to put in there. Well, I think Peralta might go out there and pitch a shutout. I'll say it. I think he does. And like the chat's saying right now, check out those home and road splits. Yeah. Peralta on his home mound. He's going to go out there and get it done. And you're going to see Yamamoto bounce back after a quail shit start, and he's going to dominate and lock in, probably hit his strikeouts. And this game is going to be a snooze fest early on, just like it was last night. Give me the first 5 under 3.5 at plus chicken.
Sure. Try out some early unders. It's been a bit since we've shut out a first 5 under, I think.
Yeah, we had one on the Sharp Report the other day, last week. It hit. But it did not get voted for the squad ride, of course.
Dude.
Of course.
Dude.
Big game for Yamamoto. His only game against the Crew. He got shelled in 0.2 innings. Ooh.
I mean,
yeah, all right. He's got this game circled. Okay, Big Bat.
If you need some regular season motivation for this game, I don't know what to tell.
Krabs, Jays went down 0-2 at home. Do you see Brewers at home going down 0-2 as well? Honestly, yeah. I do. Goots, I was so loud in my ear. It was so loud in my ear, dude.
It's supposed to be loud.
It's okay.
Brewers ML Goots POD.
We got another Goots POD, folks. Sound the alarms. Wee whoop, wee whoop, wee whoop. Goots POD on the Brew Crew ML. Would love to hear the sell job on that one.
Yamamoto sucks. Peralta at home shoving. Dodgers are fake good. Shohei sucks. Brewers ML.
Okay.
MLB
this
matchup.
Has nothing to do with your hatred and
I
disgust
don't know,
for the
I don't know
LA
what
Dodgers.
you're talking about, Krabs.
Okay.
Honestly.
Straightly backed by analytics and a sharp play. Okay.
Yep. Woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, got in the labs. What came out of it?
Sure.
Yep.
Ask ChatGPT it.
What do you say, John?
Ask ChatGPT what the play was.
Yeah, I said the new sell job, low key. It's a better sell job than Trent's given.
Okay.
It's really easy to be better than him. Like
pretty easy.
Oh man. Let's move. Let's groove. I'm sure that doesn't piss him off. Jovan, thoughts on this first 5 under 3.5 at plus chicken? Are you in? Are you out?
I'm in. I do think this game's going to get really weird late. So
yeah, sure.
Avoiding that.
Let it get weird.
Avoiding that would be great.
Let it get weird. I'm in. Just get through 5. Okay. Swinging around, Gootsy. We got another straight bet here from Jovan. He's taking us to the gridiron. Sure.
Take the over in the Western Kentucky game, which kind of with you. I'm sure you'll talk about it. I do think FIU could stay in this game. One of the reasons I think they're going to do it because of their offense, to be honest with you. Would you be surprised if I told you that high-flying Western Kentucky has hit 3 straight unders? And they've all been relatively like the same type game where they win by a little bit. I guess the Nevada game, they won by 2 scores, but the Missouri State and the Delaware games were very similar, where they played like bend, don't break the entire game. They got a couple turnovers on downs. The game ended between like 48 and 51 points each of the last 3 weeks. It's been pretty much the same game week after week after week with them. And even like some of the spreads were relatively close in the last 2 games. But high-flying Western Kentucky offense that we know and love has kind of not been great the last handful of weeks, and their defense has been the star. I think it'll have to be a little different now. FIU's been bad, and they've been a little injured, so it's not all their fault.
Yep.
But the offense can run the shit out of the ball, whether it's Kalen Jenkins or Kalen Owens or any of like the run game. I think they're going to be able to run the ball on Western Kentucky, because from watching those games that I had wagers on Western Kentucky, I was shocked at how much like you would think. And I guess like the box score would tell you like all of the quarterbacks had a good time against that secondary, but what made it so easy is the fact they were able to move the ball at will on the ground whenever they needed a big gain on the ground, big play on the ground. So like the run defense hasn't been great. It's like for an offense that kind of needs to run the ball to do anything, this feels perfect for FIU to get some offense going. And on the other side, I mean, Their defense, I guess, is getting a little healthier. I saw they're getting a couple guys back that they've been missing for the last couple weeks. Obviously, had the disaster class last week where they gave up 50 plus to UConn. One of the reasons was because of those injuries, but I still think this is also a big spot for Maverick McIver in the offense to get a lot going through the air, because they've been like, the defense has been bend don't break for them. It seems like other defenses are doing exactly the same. They've been moving the ball fine. They've been getting stifled in the red zone, and now you play a really bad red zone defense. Feels like something's coming to a head here. And I don't think FIU's defense is stopping Western Kentucky, but I definitely think that FIU is going to get in this game by scoring some points, because I think having some explosives through the ground is really the only way they can stay in this game. I don't think they're going to do it with Jenkins through the air. It's not really his game, despite how bad the secondary can be at times for Western Kentucky, even though it's been better. So I want points.
All right. I've got some conflicting thoughts on this over. I like some things. I don't like some things. FIU's defense, God, they're fucking bad.
Really bad.
So that's good. That's good for you in this. But they've also been banged up. And they
know.
get two guys back tonight. Brian Blades, Shamir Sterling are going to be back on that defense for FIU, which is honestly huge. They needed these guys last week against UConn when they gave up 51 points to UConn. Not good. 38 points the week before that against Delaware, right? If you want a little meter of how to compare these two teams playing tonight, FIU lost to Delaware 16-38. Western Kentucky just beat Delaware 27-24. Well, I think that might have been not Western Kentucky's Super Bowl, but I think they might have left a lot of gas out there on the field, or used up a lot of gas, a lot of energy to pull out that win, that comeback win against a gritty, scrappy Delaware squad. Welcome to the FBS Delaware. They've been hanging around in a lot of games this year. Good for them. Western Kentucky, I think, left it all out there on the field and got that big-time win. They've also won and covered 3 straight games in a row. They crushed Nevada. They beat Missouri State pretty good. Again, their defense is really what shined in that game. And same with Delaware. Their defense looked good. They carried. It was not your prototypical Western Kentucky, scoring 30, 35 points and winning a game that way. So I'll give you that. Could be a good time to buy low on this offense. I don't like that FIU has a lot of their guys on defense coming back in this game, and that's pivotal because, they're reeling, and a school like FIU does not have a lot of depth. So it's honestly kind of huge to get those guys back. But what I do like are the prize pick squares that I'm seeing up on the board for you over here, because I do love FIU to cover. It might be my favorite play today, but I don't think it's going to be a 10-3 battle. You got the McIver 1.5 passing touchdowns goblin, Jovan, which is a good sign after he's only thrown 2 in his last 3 games combined. I thought that was a really good sign. His passing yards is high as heck as well, 290.5, which makes me feel really good about my plus 10 in my pocket as well for FIU, because if they were going to blow FIU out of the fucking doors here, blow them out the window, he probably wouldn't need to get 300 yards in the air, right? They would just run the rock and kill the clock. So worries me a hair. Did we get some studs back for FIU on that defense? But maybe that's a little square. The more that I think about it, and it's good to see some prize pick squares up there for Western Kentucky. They make it seem like this game, even if FIU covers, there's going to be some points in here. Could be a good time to buy low. On the Hilltoppers offense, it's supposed to be this, pass heavy, deep threat, quick run and gun offense. We have not seen in a couple weeks. Don't hate the over. Don't hate the over. Okay. Swinging around, we'll come back to the ice. Talk about that over as well. Kind of already sold FIU there a little bit, but again, I'm backing FIU to go out here and cover. Nasty, nasty play. Buy and low. This is an ultimate buy low and sell high spot in this game, Jovan. FIU, like I said, has been dealing with a ton of injuries. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They're sitting at 2-3 right now after a decent start to the season. More of a fade here on Western Kentucky, who is either going to be a little fat, happy, complacent in this game, and maybe take FIU a little bit for granted after a big win against Delaware. Hilarious to say that, but 2 big road wins the Hilltoppers are coming off of. They're feeling pretty good right now. This team's feeling pretty good about themselves, up there at the top of the conference as well. So I would not be shocked to see them take FIU a little lightly in this game. And FIU has a lot to prove after getting spanked by the UConn Huskies 51-10 in that last game. So I think you do get a decent performance here from FIU, from the Panthers here on the roads. And if you don't, you're going to start hearing some questions about, coach getting cans. You're going to have to start seeing maybe some changes made to this team, and they need to lock in. They're going to be the hungrier dog in this spot here. And good to see, the spread opened up at 7.5. Look ahead. got all the way up to 10.5. Now we're starting to see some 9.5s popping up, and it's not a very public play. So rolling with the Panthers here on the road to keep this game within single digits. Big fan of the +10. Probably my favorite play today.
Sure. Shout out the I guess they're not home, so they can't have Pip all night. Would have been sick though.
No. Maybe he'll travel. This is a big game for them. They could use any motivation they can. Maybe Pip will be on the sidelines.
Pitbull on the road would be goated.
Yep. Bro, you know who I saw on the sidelines last night at the game?
Who?
Alex Monahan.
Nah.
On the sidelines during the game.
Sitting there with JD5 or what?
He was just standing there with a field pass. He was on the fucking field. I saw him. I was like, bro, how did he get on there? Good for him. I like Alex. Huge Commanders fan. Not a lot of people know that.
He's
Huge
one of the very few more than tolerable plus EV people on Twitter.
Correct.
There's not very many of those.
No. A lot of them are really mean and not very funny or cool. He's the opposite. He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
He's a nice dude. I don't know if he's friends with JD5, but he did get a picture with JD5. I remember seeing that on the feed, and he's a huge Commanders fan. So any Commanders fan is a friend of mine. That's for sure. Yeah, I was like, is that fucking Alex Monahan on the field? And I checked my phone and I checked through Twitter. I'm like, bruh, he's taking selfies on the sidelines. I was like, damn, where's my invite, man? Fuck. Should have hit him up. All right.
That would be good.
Yeah, the only people who hate more fun than me is the plus EV people. Might be the only group that hates more fun.
Don't even get me started on those people, man.
Okay, we don't have time for that. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, you got one more play on the ice to sell us here, my man. What are you crafting up in this over in Carolina? And what is that, San Jose?
Yeah. Canes Sharks, West Coast. Canes going out west for a couple games. Usually I wouldn't take an over when the team is involved that just had like an insane high-scoring game, which the Sharks were a part of last game against the Ducks. But for this I will, partially because they've been, and it makes a lot of sense, like the Canes defense is great. They have struggled immensely against the Canes over the last handful of years. Every game it feels like is 3-0, 3-1. They don't score against them. And that's not crazy to say because the Canes defense has been fantastic over the last couple of years. The Sharks are obviously the Sharks. So anytime the Canes defense gets an offense like the Sharks, a team like the Sharks, they look good a lot more than not. But the Sharks have been pitiful. And they almost have been like pretty solid on the defensive end themselves. Like the Canes are not blowing them out too many of these games. But now I think it's a little different. The Canes, I don't know what goalies you're getting in this game. Probably like Freddie, and I don't know if they're going to go back to Nedeljkovic or it's going to be Askarov, whatever it is. I think the Sharks, especially after the way they have started and kind of sat on the lead the last two games and obviously paid the price for them in much different ways. But I think they're going to be foot on the gas through this entire game, put pucks on the net. The guys have looked, I guess some of the lines, like the second and third line, have looked a lot better over the course of those games. It really hasn't been them that's lost in the game, which I think is important when you get your second and third line involved against a defense like the Canes, because if you're getting pucks on, you're getting aggressive, and especially if they bang one early, I think this game could open up big time, which you don't really see in any of these games because the Canes are usually controlling the tempo against the Sharks, and now I think it's more important for the Canes to kind of get their offense going on this little mini West Coast trip, and I think it'll start here now. The Sharks are, like always, it seems like not even trying for this whole little first couple games on the defensive side of the puck. So if there's ever a spot for the Canes to just say, all right, we're going to go all out, super aggressive on offense, it feels like now. And then the Sharks, they're dealing with an offense that's going to be attacking a defense that's down a man too, a great defense. But Slavin, I don't think, like Rob is saying, is going to be here for a couple games. They're calling up defenders. So it's a defense that's still really fucking good, but dealing with a couple new line combinations in the back end. So again, if there's any time for the Sharks against this defense to actually get some goals for what seems like the first time in years, it feels like now. And I think that this total is sitting, you can get like a juicy 6 or a 6.5 for like just like plus 100, which is what I got. The fact that it hasn't really trickled down to 6 yet, all places, is kind of tipping the cap to me, to be honest with you, because that's fully what I would have expected here, even off of the Sharks game. But I think this is the spot for them to figure it out and actually put pressure on the Canes.
Okay. Should be a pretty fun game then. A lot of goals, high total.
Maybe. Okay. I mean, the Canes are still like minus 300.
Yeah, it might be a blowout.
So maybe it's 6-2, but
All right.
would be better than 3-0.
All right. Packs picks. Come on, man. We're better than that. We're better than that. You see that shit? Again. One game. Just like we were talking about with the Bears last night. One game. Act like we won a Super Bowl, man. Didn't even play good. At least the Giants played good in their game.
They lost.
I'll give them that.
We're
right?
forgetting they lost to the Saints right before that game.
Yeah. Hey, there was somebody talking about before the season that the Cowboys and the Giants were going to be a lot better than people expected in this division. If only people listened. Only people listened. Panning out. Well, maybe not the Cowboys after last week, but you're going to see this week, I think, the best of the Cowboys coming off that atrocious loss to the Panthers. Atrocious. I appreciate the condolences here for the Commanders out last night, guys. You think the Commanders are an NFL powerhouse? When did I say that, Generica? Just making shit up.
I never get an I'm sorry. That's crazy.
Dudes, you don't deserve one.
Dude,
Okay.
you're banging in chat for Tyler Loop field goals down 30. All caps.
Okay, that was the game. We were winning the game when he made that field goal. It was 3-0. We were down 30.
Also, we're
I
going to
wasn't
talk
even
about
talking
Tyler
about this
Loop.
past week. I've seen some in past, but it's just
We can talk about Tyler Loop not being that good.
What do you mean?
He sucks.
His kicks are sketchy, dude. They squeak in. They squeak.
I don't care. They're going through the uprights.
They might need to bring back that Wyoming kicker.
He hasn't missed a kick in weeks. I don't know what game you're watching, Krabs. You still think CJ Carr is bad and now Tyler Loop's bad. Are you watching the game?
I don't think CJ Carr is bad anymore. That was just yanking your chain.
We're through that. All right, then I'll take that. You can.
I'm not saying he's Heisman, but he's good.
Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere.
You do any research on Spencer Fanu?
No.
You might want to.
Okay.
Rav, shout out Chris Boswell. I picked him up in all my fantasy leagues, and he had 11 points this week. And he also missed a kick. He could have had more. Shout out your shitty field. He tripped on a kick. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, that field is nuts.
That's the worst looking field I've ever seen. Oh, what a disgrace. Put some money into your field. This is a multi-billion-dollar team, an organization. Fix your field.
Yeah, they're lucky.
I don't
they're
get
lucky
it.
MetLife exists. And that actually causes injuries because it's turf.
Yeah, I mean that's worse. That's worse. You're right. We got Morn getting involved. Can we clap it up for Morn? Let's go, Morn. Let's go, Morn. There we go. Appreciate the subby, my man. And Sade as well. You're goated. I know we already gassed you up, but those 5 subbies, man. Every damn day. We appreciate you, Sade. And no, I was not crying on the party bus, although I wanted to. I certainly wanted to. There were no tears last night. It's one game. Again, let's not overreact here. Let's not act like the Bears are going to the Super Bowl. Let's not act like the Commanders are a horrendous team because of one game. It's one game. This is why we love the NFL so much. It's so inconsistent. Any team can beat anybody any given Sunday. Watch the movie. Watch the movie. Great movie. I think Jamie Foxx is in it. Krabs, you getting involved with Zacchaeus? Did you get involved with Zacchaeus last night? I did not, Adam, but that was a pretty darn good angle in a revenge game when a lot of people were taking him. God, Caleb missed a lot of throws last night, too, and we just handed him that game. It sucks. Yeah.
So did Zacchaeus. Right. That was like the only time that Caleb actually put it in the bucket and receiver couldn't handle it.
Yeah, he had a couple drops.
Yeah, that would have been a walk-in touchdown.
Yep. All right. Yeah, party bus after a loss is horrendous.
Really bad.
I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. W Sades and W over on the ice there, Jovan. Excited to see what wins the squad ride today. I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be a nasty college football play? Is it going to be a play on the ice? Chad, we've been pretty dialed on the ice so far. Now, you know how my brain thinks. My brain's like, all right, let's stay off the ice then today. Let's go to the gridiron after we've been red hot on the ice because we're due for an L. But hey, as long as you guys click the right button, it's all that matters. Just click the right button. Okay, we're going to try to give you guys the best options. Let's keep moving to grooving. Let's talk about some prize pick squares today. Really like my prize pick squares today after sweeping yesterday. And I'll be honest, my prize pick squares have been pretty freaking dialed for the last month and a half. And that does not get talked about enough. So, yeah, let's run it back again and go 2-0 today, Jovan. Liking these two squares. I've had some good luck. I'm not saying I'm like a pattern type of guy or, I'm just taking weird looking squares that look weird to me. Though I do kind of try to look for weird stuff up on the prize picks boards. And this is one of them. I've noticed for some reason, Jovan, when the first square up on the board in any category, most popular square, is a demon. And you click on the chart, and it looks like it should be a normal square because it's so green, right? Not like a typical demon where it's, going to be higher and pretty reds. I've had really good success taking less thans on these squares. So I have another one today. Logan Fife, less than 235.5 passing yards. Guys, Logan Fife is good. Don't get me wrong. But just like I was talking about in the NFL any given Sunday, same thing with college. It's extremely volatile, and a guy can go out there and ball all season and have one bad game, and I think this could be the one for our guy Logan Fife here, Jovan. He's got his hands full in this matchup against a very, very good pass defense in Liberty. Very good. Very good. Not sure why this is the most popular square on Prize Picks. Maybe it's because this guy's the biggest name on the field in these three games, Jovan. I feel like that's probably fair to say, right?
Yeah.
Probably the biggest name guy and, a guy having a pretty good season overall for New Mexico State, a fun player to watch. He's got a little Johnny Manziel in him a little bit, can move. He throws the deep ball pretty well. He's got a little Diago Pavia in him a little bit. Kid's fun to watch. Kid's good. Coming off a pretty good game against Sam Houston, where he had 255.5. Had back-to-back games with 255 yards. Pretty weird. That's a crazy coincidence. You don't see that very often. But my point is, fading these demon popular squares that are number one most popular squares for a sport has done me pretty good, knock on wood, so far this season. Pretty good. And here's another one for you guys. Most popular square on the board. It's a demon. It's not even much higher than the normal line. That's probably why people are taking it. 249.5 passing yards. Yeah, go ahead and give me the less than on his normal passing yard square at 235.5 against a top 10 passing defense in college football in Liberty Bibberty. With that total dropping, with what I've seen with my own eyeballs watching Liberty games. Guys, I walk into a bar on the weekends. They have the Liberty game on. It's local for me right now. I've watched some Liberty ball this season. I know a thing or two about Liberty Bibberty. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, that pass defense is good. And they're going to be good again on prime time with that total dropping tonight. So give me the less than passing yards for Logan Fife. If New Mexico wants to run the rock here, they're going to have to hand it off a little bit if they want to move the rock. Excuse me.
Sure.
Okay. Let's talk about this Arkansas State USA game, huh? Let's talk about it. People in chat saying I'm surprised we're not on South Alabama. I'm surprised we're not on this over. I'll be honest. I like the under in this game. Won't be betting it because the total is moving up a hair. And I hate fading steam like that on totals. But I like the under in this game. And I think South Alabama comes out here and drops sack and gets a big-time win. I think they cover. This team's lost 5 straight games after winning their season opener, Jovan. And Arkansas State's coming off their Super Bowl, where they're finally coming off a freaking win in a 31-30 battle in their last game. Just like I talked about fading Western Kentucky after they left it all out there on the field against Delaware in a hard-nosed, hard-fought game. I kind of think Arkansas State's in that same spot here, Jovan. And I think they might have left it all out there on the field last week. They might be a little bit gassed. They might get caught sleeping a little bit, get caught a little fat, happy, complacent coming off their first win in a while against a South Alabama team that is starving for a W after 5 straight losses. South Alabama sharp, chat. Don't get me wrong. I certainly lean that way on the spread here. But instead of taking anything on the books, I'm just going to fade Jalen Rayner, who, Jovan, against bad teams, has done pretty good so far this season. But if he's played any team with a pulse on defense, he's struggled. He's had a couple goose eggs. He's only had 2 games with 2+ passing touchdowns so far this season, and those 2 games were against horrendous defenses that are much worse than South Alabama. So, yeah, South Alabama's defense has not been elite this season, to say the least, but this is a program that was built on grit, tough, hard-nosed, lunch pail type of style, And I think they go out there at home and shut down Arkansas State coming off a big-time win. This looks like one of the best-looking more thans on Prize Picks as well for Jalen Rayner on his passing touchdowns. And I want to fade the starting QB for Arkansas State coming off that big win. Give me the less than 1.5 passing tutties.
Bang. Fuck Rainer. Might need that.
I also think you're going to see South Alabama run the living shit out of the football tonight, which again, 2 + 2 = 4. Tick, 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 tick. Clock's going to be running. Not as many possessions there for Arkansas State in a game they're going to be losing. Okay?
Certainties.
Certainties. All right. Let's go ahead and hear those sell jobs from you, Jovan. I want to go ahead and lock in the Sharp Report 4, man. Let's smack one of these today, man. Come on.
Sure.
Come on.
Starts with WKU. I need something supporting the over. Crazy square. And talk about stuff I've noticed. They have a lot of these, whether it's a committee or it's like a solid RB2, RB3. Whenever they have these regular touchdown squares up in the midday games or the midweek games, they have been spawning in the end zone. And I think this one makes a lot of sense, not just for the sake of taking the weird square that's up there, but the only one of the 3 running backs for Western Kentucky that hasn't scored a touchdown is the freshman, Marvis Parrish. And he started to get a bigger role as the weeks have gone by. They use the running backs a little weird depending on the game script, but if you watch the games, like the early game carries when they need something explosive have been going to him instead of like Lavelle Wright, who gets kind of the later game carries and maybe more of the power back, I guess, kind of role in the offense. But he's been getting more and more snaps, and he's also heavily involved in the passing game, which I think is pretty important for this. And I can 100% see him getting a receiving touchdown, partially because I think with the way this defense plays when they're healthy in FIU, it's a lot of limit the big plays. Like you can take what you want underneath. They haven't been able to do that as of late because they have a lot of injuries in their line. So they've been playing it a little differently. But now if they're getting healthier, I think Maverick McIver is going to take a little bit more of what's underneath, and they're frankly going to run the ball a shit ton more too, which I think will lead to explosive plays, whether it's a straight handoff or a screen pass to Parrish, which we've seen a handful of times throughout the year. So I think that's exactly why the square is up. I think his role is going to be huge tonight, and the freshman is going to probably outsnap both of the veterans on this roster in that backfield. So I like him to score. And then I saw Granlund is now off the board, which is fine because there's another square that I like to take of his, which is his SOGs.
Okay.
I think that second line or third line, I guess he's on, is going to be huge today. And Granlund, I like the points, especially because he's like such a heady player, great passer. And the Penguins, even though they haven't shown it for a lot of this season so far yet, their defense hasn't been terrible. They had some bad blips against the Rangers, but other than that, they've been relatively good. We know what that defense is. That defense is made up of a lot of miscommunications, a lot of confusion at the back. They always give up easy shots at the net. So there's a lot of bad play at the back there. So for Granlund, who's a very smart player, I think he's going to do one of two things. I think he can fully take advantage of it and take his shots when they're there on his own, just kind of create chaos back there, or he can pass, which would be great for the points. But I think he's going to do a lot on his own, which is probably why that SOG square is up on the board too. Truthfully, I was taking the point knowing that, or thinking that he was going to get it on his own with a goal. And I think that line will be heavily involved, so he has a chance to get multiple points in this game. But I definitely think he is also ripping too.
Yeah, luckily we got that backup square. It's very red as well. Sign me up. I already locked that puppy in, Jovan.
Sure.
You're 100% cool with that pivot.
Yeah. Honestly, I was deciding between the two, and it was not an easy choice because I liked both of them. So I really don't mind pivoting to the other.
Okay. Chad, I did drop the link to the Sharp Report 4, man. I'll drop it again as well if you guys need it. And Goots, if you're him, if you're goated, if you're feeling nicey, do me a favor, drop that puppy in the YouTube for the people. That'd be huge. That'd be huge. Ant's asking, do you guys put real coin on the Sharp Report or just leans? We're putting real coin on it. That's for sure.
I come up here to give sell jobs for leads, man.
Imagine we just did this for a living and didn't actually bet on these plays.
That would be a waste of everybody involved's time.
Survivor needs an update too. I bet clutch. I bet. All right. Just reading the YouTube chat, Rando. All good. All good. Yeah, I do have a read on the ice that I wanted to bring up. I wonder if it's the same game that the chat's talking about here. Let me see. Krabs take the Ottinger under goals allowed. I certainly like that, but that wasn't the square I was looking at. I'm down to take that, though, if Jovan can give confirms on that puppy. Jake Ottinger, less than 2.5 goals allowed. Any thoughts on that square? Don't love it, don't hate it?
Don't love it, don't hate it. I would say it's definitely, I mean, it's from what I've seen a little popular, but makes a little sense as far as the over in that game. Because the Stars, I think, have scored 5 goals both games this year. The Wild, I mean, have been much, much improved on offense, and they're on a back-to-back now. So, like, that over is like, it makes so much sense that I even debated taking it myself. But the fact that it's still stuck at 5.5, probably a little telling.
Okay. Adam's got Wales. Real quick before we dive into the ice, and we will. Adam's got Wales is saying there's a -160 play still up on Prize Picks.
You can't really pay attention.
Keyshawn Owens.
Touchdowns.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy. I don't hate it, though. I mean, I obviously like FIU, and I mean, they probably need him to score a touchdown if they want to cover that game. So I always just kind of feel like a little sketch, though, when they have stuff up like that still, because, I mean, they're on their stuff. They're on their shit, especially of late. Yeah. They're not leaving something up there at those odds if they're not comfortable with people taking
There's also, when it comes to touchdowns, especially in those games, there are like wildly different odds between every buck, and they take like the median of them all.
Yeah. Okay. Dyson saying your play you took is -200.
Yeah, they're like, it's very different, especially on offshores. You get like super shit odds on college touchdown scores. Like, those aren't the actual odds.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with the Battle of Berg. Cats Bolts. We'll go game by game here. It kind of sounds like you guys would rather us go over the hockey slate instead of talking about look ahead lines. And if that's the case, that's fine. We could do look ahead lines tomorrow. Not a big deal. Sorry, Goots. And if that's not the case, chat, let us know. But it seems like we want some hockey reports, which I'm totally fine with. Look at those bets coming in on the Caps. Oh, that's the spread, though. That's the puck line. Yeah. That's the puck line. That's okay. Who the heck is taking that? In the game of the coin flip odds on the ML? Probably not many people. So, all right. Pretty even here, Jovan. What are your thoughts on Tampa versus Washington? I thought it was a good sign for your Lightning. Didn't they just play last night and they opened up -120 in this game?
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good sign for the Lightning.
I love backing them in the second leg of a back-to-back when they save Vasi for the second leg, which he's a little banged up, I guess, to start the year. I've kind of been pumping that drum, so he hasn't looked fantastic. But if anything, this seems like a spot where he's going to figure it out and have a good outing, especially if they keep everything in front of him. So I kind of like the Bolts. They do have some demons in DC for whatever reason, so don't want to take that as much, but I do think they win.
Okay. All right. I kind of do too. I don't want to fade the Caps. I'm not going to fade the Caps. It's on ESPN. I want to sit back, kick the feet up, and watch Ovi. Just go out there and be fucking goated. But yeah, I certainly lean Tampa if I had to take something in that game.
Yeah.
Okay. Pax Pick said, yeah, not taking it because of that, but Fife is at 250 on the offshore, 250 yards. Oh boy. That's crazy. What does Prize Picks know? All right. And as I usually do, chat, I'm also sending 2 pieces along with the 10x 4-man involving our squares. I just locked in Fife less than passing yards with Marvis Parrish, which, by the way, is a hilariously red square that I'm very excited to sweat out tonight. That's for sure. Guys hasn't scored all season. Gives me CFL running back touchdown vibes. Remember that square?
Dude, I wish they put more of those up, man.
Yeah. So do I. I'm locking those in, chat, a little 2-piece, and I'm also going to lock in Jalen Rayner, less than 1.5 passing touchdowns with Granlund SOGs. Okay. Like to do a little 4-man, like to do a couple 2-pieces.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, they put Granlund point back up. Huh.
Ooh. Bang.
Huh. Do you want to take that, or I already locked in the 4-man with SOGs, but
Yeah, I'm gonna take both.
okay.
I do like the point a little better. It's how I made up here, but I like both, so I'll have both deployed.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. I'm going to take in this 2-piece, the points. I already locked in the SOGs and the 4-man, and I have a feeling by the time we get puck drop, I'll probably have that point locked in, and with the 4-man, the OG BTL, sharp report 4-man as well. Okay. Krabs, the ketchup chips are fire. That's what I was saying, bro. Yes. They are fire. All right. Let's move. Let's talk about Nashville and Toronto. Jovan, no shot. Toronto loses 3 games in a row, right? Not to the Preds, who are undefeated.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so, which is why Leafs are everywhere. Nylander's everywhere. I think Easton Cowan. I think he played yesterday, but he's also everywhere. I've seen his ladder on the feed multiple times, so it's looking like the Preds have no shot. Obviously, I don't really care because I hate the Preds and they're fucking terrible and always overrated in the market. I don't really care to fade it, but this just screams at the very least it's probably going to be a slow, gross game where not much is happening.
Yeah, I like the under.
Yeah.
Although I don't like the splits and seeing that it's public, but I do like the under, and I like the less than on Caden Primo,
yeah.
Primo. Like his less than 2.5 goals allowed. You won't see me locking in a -190 on the ice. That's
especially on Caden
horrendous
Primo,
wager, but
it's crazy.
But I do like the less than on that square. I know it's nasty, and I'll probably have that square locked in with something. I've had pretty good success, knock on wood, just overall for years when they put up these goals allowed squares on the ice. They took them away for a while. It's good to see them back up. Prize Picks, if you're watching, please leave these squares, leave this category up for the NHL season, please. Okay? All right. Yeah, you gonna take anything in this game or just lean the under?
I mean, my head tells me the same thing your head tells you. 2 backup goalies that are auto over. Leafs have to win. Think there's no shot they don't lose, or no shot they lose according to everybody else. It's probably going to get weird, and the way is probably going to be with their offense sputtering somehow, some way. So I like the under.
Yep. Wow. We need a Gooch statement here real quick. CJ Gardner-Johnson, notorious me guy and locker room cancer, has been released by the Ravens. That might be a good thing, Gooch. That might be a good thing.
Just.
Did he even play last week?
He was there for a cup of coffee. I really don't care.
Yep.
No thoughts.
Hey, whatever that defense did last week, though, they probably should keep it up. That's interesting.
Do we start sending them to whatever team Baker is playing that week?
We're starting to get a little healthy. Nate was back. Marlowe was back. So
he was on the practice squad, apparently, according to Jay Weezy. So he might not even played last week.
Well, yeah. If we picked him up for a week, put him on practice squad, didn't play, and then release him. So I mean, no statement needed.
That's huge.
Okay. If we have time, we can give you an MLB square here. Jay Nasty, we'll try to pick up the tempo and pace, go over these hockey games. I got an angle in this Edmonton and New York game. I like Edmonton. Why is Edmonton catching this much steam, man? Crazy movements. Well, maybe that's why. Very public on the ML.
Rangers do stink.
Yeah, but it's the Rangers, man. You got Igor. You got recent Stanley Cup visits, playoff appearances.
The books have adjusted for them. They missed the playoffs last year. They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I weirdly, even though like in my head, I do think this is probably the square play tonight that hits in the Oilers. I hate fading Igor off of the backup goalie, whoever it may be at the time, having a masterclass, and Quick just had a shutout last game. So I hate fading Igor whenever it's off the back of that, because that's when he shows up for God knows what reason. He just feels personally attacked whenever the backup goes nuts.
Okay. Well, I guess you don't like the square that I was going to pitch here, and it's that 2.5 goals allowed goblin square. It makes no sense why it's a goblin, in my opinion.
Well,
And it's
I'll tell you
extremely
this.
rare. Obviously, those games are from last year, but
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get many regular square 2.5s against the Oilers. So that's part of it.
okay. Makes sense. Their offense is good. Total in this game is 5.5, though. Gives me a little bit of hope for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. That's interesting. And then also the Stuart Skinner. Feast your eyes on that square for me, will you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you're a little more inclined to take that less than the Igor
Could
one?
maybe a little more get with that.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the Stuart Skinner at less than 2.5 goals allowed. I don't like that square. Everybody in the world hates Skinner. Yeah, it's kind of why I want to take him. Take the less than.
Yeah, he's terrible. But
okay.
At some point, he has a masterclass. It always comes around.
Okay. You already gave your thoughts on Seattle ML. What about Vegas, Calgary? Any plays in that game?
Yeah, shout out Wolf. Pretty much playing by himself down there. I really don't want to fade him. This would probably be the spot that I would, at least with goals. So, I mean, that VGK offense is just smooth, dude. And I know they haven't been popping off the page, I guess, to start the year, even though like the losses really haven't been on their offense minus the Kraken one. But that Calgary defense is both shorthanded and just really, really bad. If you leave Wolf out to dry, I mean, obviously he's going to get drilled. Seems like they do that every time, and Vegas is the perfect team to do that. So, gut would say over.
Okay. All right. Anything in Minnesota and Dallas?
Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, that over makes an incredible amount of sense, Krabs. Like,
okay,
to the point where it's like it feels painfully square, which you can't really say that too many times about a Stars Wild game. Like, look at this Pickett chart. Obviously, it's not that many bets this early, but I don't know if you will ever see a Stars Wild game look like this with that over. It's
all right. I'll be on the under.
I mean, it's probably one of the biggest Krabs bets on the board, if not me.
I'm also taking Jake Ottinger less than 2.5 goals allowed on Prize Picks.
Sure.
I'm setting a 2-piece on the ice. Stuart Skinner less than 2.5 goals allowed with Jake Ottinger less than 2.5 goals allowed. Do I dare put the Igor 2.5 goals allowed goblin on this puppy? Do I dare?
I think you just let the gob squirt out.
Just let the gob. What about Caden Premu less than 2.5 goals allowed? Do we let that splooge as well?
That's up to you of what you think about that game.
I like the under in that game.
I know. Just like, how do you see it playing out with the Leafs?
You won't see me laying a minus 190 on the ice, but it certainly looks sharp.
Yeah.
I've kind of learned that the Preds are like the Orioles on the ice, that whatever is sharp, the opposite usually happens.
That couldn't be a better comparison, Krabs.
Yeah.
Really couldn't.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a 2-piece then and leave Premu off to the sides, which means it's hitting chat, so lock in that square. Caden Premu, less than 2.5 goals allowed. Okay. If you guys want to tail that hockey 2-piece, while Jovan goes over the last game of the night that we haven't talked about yet here, Pitt and Anaheim, and then we'll go to the Diamonds. Any angles here? If not, no big deal. I'll drop the link to that 2-man in the chat.
Yeah, not too many angles. If there's a, I guess, square over that I could probably lean into, maybe it's this one, but I don't really care to because I'm already backing the Sharks off of that crazy game. I wouldn't even think about doing both teams off of that game because the Ducks were the team they were playing in that. But the Ducks are minus 150 against the Pens, who did just kind of get shit on by the Rangers, but have had a pretty good looking first couple of games to start the year. It's probably all you need to see.
Okay. Rav, man, I did not know that was pineapple on the grill. I'm not a big pineapple guy unless I'm just eating actual pineapple from the fridge. But I've seen people doing pineapple on the burgers. I've seen weirder shit. Not gonna hate. I've never seen someone put just a raw pineapple on a community grill before. Usually you put some tinfoil on there and, I don't know, maybe put it on the top rack.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate the pineapple play, though.
I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't like it, dude. It's weird.
Yeah.
So you
the
get
contrarian play,
hot,
too,
it's like
would
you're
be
just eating mush.
Yeah, when it gets hot, I like a cold pineapple. I like a cold pineapple. I clean that John up. All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the contrarian move would be the pineapple on the pizza guy. You'd expect me to be a pineapple on the pizza guy, but maybe it's some triple reverse fade type of vibes here. I'm not a big pineapple on the pizza guy. I'm not.
Triple reverse fade pineapple on pizza.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm in on that, dude. Pineapple on pizza is crazy.
It's just it's forced.
So forced.
It's forced. What's up, boys? Just landed back in Chicago after the Bears Manners. What a game. Krabs Stadium and fans were great. GG's. Yeah, I only saw 1 or 2 fights at the Fed last night, so those numbers were down. And, that's a good sign for the money that's been put into that stadium if we're getting compliments. And you know what? I concur. The stadium looks much better with the new owner. He's put in some serious coins, changed up all the food options in there, put up a bunch of new signs, new paint jobs. The Fed has seen worse days, that's for sure. And it's looking a little bit better, it's just crazy to me. Josh Harris has done more in 2 years than Dan Snyder did in 30 years. It's crazy, man. Ketchup and potatoes is too square for old Krabs. Surprising. Look, man, I like what I like, and I'm a big ketchup guy. Big ketchup guy. Imagine putting ketchup on a pizza, though. That is where I draw the line.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You will not see that. You will not see that. All right, let's head to the diamond real quick. I would love to craft up a lineup on the diamonds. Side note for tomorrow, you're probably going to see George Kirby less than strikeouts on my cards.
No way, you're already looking to save
that. Yeah, we could save that for tomorrow, though.
No.
You'll get sick of Josh Harris pretty quick, but still better than Dan. I mean, Nicky Gords, he just keeps killing it, man. I don't know, all these jealous, salty Philly fans who we now have your owner. I think are just pissed. This guy does nothing but good things for the community. He says all the right things. He seems like a really good dude. He's not a scumbag like Dan Schneider was, and he's making great moves with the team. And he lets Adam Peters do whatever he wants, which is smart because Adam Peters is really smart as well. I don't get all the Josh Harris hate, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, this is not the 76ers we're talking about here where he was half in, half out. He's all in. He's in every game. This is a big deal for him. He's not fucking around. All right. Jovan, are we taking Shohei Ohtani less than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, or are we letting that splooge?
I think we're letting that splooge.
Okay. Goots likes it. Sure. Are we back at any of these pitchers today, Jovan? Is there a fantasy score you wouldn't be opposed to taking?
Wouldn't be opposed to just straight fading Freddie Peralta.
Dude. Well, that's probably where I would be opposed because I'm on the under. Yeah.
I don't think he's getting 30 grabs.
I'd rather fade his strikeouts if we're going to fade something, which is also the Taka. I'll meet you in the middle there.
Oh.
Best I can do.
Okay.
Is fade the Taka. Best I can do. What else are we taking, man? And this doesn't have to be a 6-man. This could be a 2-man. This could be a 3-man. We could fade Jake Bowers, take his less than hits, runs, RBIs. It's a funny square that's up.
Joey Ortiz.
Don't really want to fade. What'd you say?
Joey Ortiz hit square.
Let's take a peep at that, huh? I
That
don't
shit's
know.
He's a really bad ball player at the dish. Unbelievable defender. Really bad hitter.
See, I'd rather just take Caleb Durbin less than half a hit than taking Joey Ortiz more than. Achilles, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm extremely hungover. I feel like my hangover is getting worse as the day's going on, which is never ideal. What's up, Snowman? Good to see you in the squad coming in. Snowman, we might need to get you down to Texas to shave my fucking head in a couple weeks here, man. I want to congratulate you on the shaved head bet of 2025. GG's. Anyways, anything you want to take here, Jovan, that you're besides a square looking more than?
I don't know, dude. We don't have any like Dodgers that I really want to fade. You know who looks honestly really high? First look fantasy scored. Teoscar, who had a crazy blip last night.
I bet. You want to take his more than 5.5 fantasy score?
Yeah.
Okay. God, that payout's atrocious. You might need to make that a 3-man. It's a shame. Or we just put George Kirby less than strikeouts in here and we take it to tomorrow.
My God.
And not force.
My God, you could be onto something.
Feast your eyes, chat. Look at that. Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy. Yep. All right. I think that's probably the move, Jovan. Cool with that? Is that a 4.25x for you as well, or is that just me?
What do you have in there?
I have Freddie Peralta less than strikeouts, Teoscar more than fantasy score, and Kirby less than strikeouts tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. 4.25x.
That's moose.
Yeah, L correlation. You could just go 2-piece with Freddie and Kirby. I know you don't want to take that more than anyway.
I can't, what's wrong with me, man? I kind of like that more than from Teoscar. And I never like more thans, but after that blip on the base pass, like you're talking about, and the chart's pretty red, I was kind of bought in.
Wow.
On the more than for once. I'll say it.
Huge.
What if, hear me out. What if we kept Teoscar in here? We did make it those 3 legs. And then what if we faded Freddie Freeman after a nuke last night?
Freddie fucking.
What if we faded Freddie Freeman?
It's actually crazy they're at the same fantasy score. That is comical.
Yeah, let's take the less than. It's hidden.
Sure.
Let's fucking go, chats. Let's go. A little 9Xer. Boom. You guys want the link to that puppy or what?
Can we throw SGA less than points season long in here?
It's too late, but I would have done it if you told me. Shit. I think I'm gonna just take the Thunder under win total as my
I already got
whale.
I might have 3 legs of my NBA go whale already. Just need a couple more. SGA less than points, Brunson less than assists from Hovey, Cooper Flag less than triple double.
And Trent was watching the Snowman stream instead of ours.
Trent just told on himself, man. Raider from Snowman. He tries to say he watches BTL every day.
Said it today on stream. That was just a blatant lie.
Lies. Just
blatant
lies.
Lie. You're lucky we're big Snowman fans over here, Trent. Dude's watching other people's streams during the people he pays to do streams during the day today.
Then all day he tries to claim. Second he jumps in here that he's seen nothing. Somehow ends up with our squares from Sharp Report. It's all good though. It's all good.
What if it was sneakily Goose? Who was watching Snowman stream? Hey, Goots.
We'd hear it.
You think I could do that right now? You can just pull up another stream? It's probably fucking rad.
If anybody could do it, Goots, it'd be you.
Nah,
It'd
I'm
be you.
not sitting here listening to Snowman stream. Wow,
You know who it probably was, actually, though? It's a good point. It probably was Raph.
Probably rad.
It was probably Raph.
For sure, Trent.
Okay. Anyways, might be about that time, huh? Can we get our lick back after last night? Again, guys, that's on me for that over. What am I doing giving out overs? Oh, makes me sick. You ready, Jovan? Let's get our lick back.
So ready?
Goots, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. W's. All right, chat. Can we lock in? W stream today. Did not have my fastball, to say the least. And just happy to be here today. Just happy to be here, and I appreciate you guys. I feel like shit. Tomorrow I'll have more energy. And hopefully not feel like I want to throw up during the show. Okay. Jovan. I love my 2 college football plays today.
I was going to say, I was getting a big-time gridiron vibe from you today, Krabs.
Okay. Especially after hearing you think Freddie Peralta gets his chow mocked. Maybe we leave that puppy off to the sides. Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. What about your plays, man? You got my favorite thing in there. You got a couple of overs. Great.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the Kraken more than the overs, though.
You like the Kraken more than the overs?
Yeah.
Oh, do you now?
I do.
Okay.
Music to your ears.
Say no more, chat. 2 words. Say no more. Do you want any of those overs involved here?
Well, I figure we're probably going to Western Kentucky or that game in your play anyway, so I'm good leaving that off.
I would love for that to win. All right. All right. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get involved. The poll somehow ended already. I'm sure Goots is fixing that right now. He's goated. Appreciate you, Goots. Killing it today. Lil McNavy. Good to see you, my man. I could not agree more, Lil McNavy. Great point. Great point in the chat from you. Nice 3-way tie, I bet. Chat, we're fixing the poll. Give us a second here. Okay. We're going to go 3 plays, 3 winners. FIU plus 10, which is my favorite play for sure. I also really like that under in Liberty Biberty and New Mexico State as well. Like both plays. Poll should be here. So if you're not seeing it, hit the refresh button. That's what I just did. Now it's working. So get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get those votes in. A lot of votes on the Kraken. That ain't no problem as long as they win. I'm certainly liking them opening up barely a favorite or barely an underdog. Excuse me. Now they're up to plus 130. What the heck? That's interesting.
Home team.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey, we're not afraid of some plus chicken. We're not fearing it. We're embracing it. Okay.
No.
Goalie announcement. Yeah, probably Achilles. Yep.
Nah, I think I'm pretty sure it's Decord, so no crazy announcement.
All right.
But
all right.
The same exact movement was, I guess, a little longer yesterday, but it was the Blackhawks. Dropped down.
Canadians are also a very trendy team.
Yeah.
Just paid a new player. So
yeah, there's a lot of good news along with the Canadians. They just signed Hudson to an extension yesterday. They just signed their GM to an extension this morning, the president to an extension this morning. So they're feeling good in Montreal.
Get those votes in chat. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Goots, I'm pretty impressed with your puck knowledge, man. I'll say it. Pretty impressed with Goots' puck knowledge. He knows puck.
Yeah, early in the year, I like to get dialed on it, and then college basketball comes off and dies down. But I'd like to keep it as up as I can this year because I love hockey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nikki Gords, thanks for tailing, man. Appreciate you. Looks like we're heading to the ice. Should have went to the ice last night. Chat does not want to make that mistake again. Taking the Kraken on the ML. Couple things as well. Trent POD square just dropped Ohtani, 1.5 hit run RBI. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Honestly, looking at that chart, probably not a good day to take his less than. So, Kilo Hotel. Look, we got time today. We got no surge. So, we'll wrap this up here in a second. But Kilo Hotel saying, Krabs, it's your day for Sam Houston. They play UTEP. Might be the only W of the season. Kilo Hotel, what if I told you that game is tomorrow, my man? Would you be surprised? Because it is.
I'll be missed.
Because it is. That game's
Goodness
tomorrow, and I will be on the +2.5.
Dude.
Shut the Bearcats.
Dude.
Say one nice thing about Sam Houston.
They covered last week. I got to tip the calf. I got
Thank
to
you.
tip the calf. They did a job.
Thank
Should
you.
have won.
Should have won. They got hoed on a 50-yard kick. That was maybe the worst kick I've ever seen. Looked like a Tyler Loop kick. Thing was fucking wobbling. Barely got in between the posts. But we got Black Dark Wing 314 getting involved. First time chat from a Raider. What's up, boys? Any thoughts on the San Jose State game? Again, that game is not till Friday, but
Probably talking Sharks.
Ooh,
Like the
sure. Over. Keep me in line. W's. Krabs, I got a free NBA square for you. Luca, 30 points per game. Crazy lab work. You're welcome. Okay, on that note, let's go and wrap up BTL today. We appreciate you guys. Squad Ride is the Kraken on the ML. Some plus chicken on the ice.